All right, so this week's item of the week is Monopoly Socialism. Winning is for capitalists. This game is so important because if you're coming from at least the United States of America perspective, this topic, socialism, has been brought up, especially as we get closer to the election in November. Right, wrong, or indifferent, I don't know about it, didn't know anything about it, wanted to find out more about it, and so this game is a game that can help you get a better understanding. It may or may not be the answer of how socialism works, but it's a good start as far as education. And so this game can be purchased at elitesbusinesscoach.com for yourself and for others. So, socialism, winning is for capitalists. Let's work together to rebuild our community. Our shared goal. Socialism is about cooperation. As fellow citizens and community organizers, we pledge to move around the board and revitalize our town by contributing to one another's projects, unless we can steal projects to get ahead. 2, we want to maintain our vital community fund, unless depleting it helps us win. 3, we want to always act in the best interest of the group, unless it's more fun to act in our own self-interest. 4th thing we want to do when it comes to our shared goals is forget competition and individual glory in the pursuit of a socialist utopia, unless you're the first player to contribute all 10 of your chips to projects, then you win. So what's different about Monopoly Socialism? And here's the game board. That's what the game looks like. So properties are actually projects. So in the original Monopoly game, these spaces you will land on will be properties. But in the socialism game, these spaces are projects. And instead of buying property in Monopoly Socialism, you're paying to manage and develop projects in your community. Contributing to projects. When you land on a managed project, you can pay to add a contribution chip to help develop that project. If it's a project that you are managing, you can self-develop it. Contribute all 10 of your chips and you win. The action die. Roll this along with the standard die on your turn. It will allow you to perform an action or move further. So for example, I rolled a 6. The action die says +1, therefore I can move a total number of 7 spaces. The community fund. No one starts the game with money. So all payments come out of our shared community fund. All shares come out of your community fund until you start receiving a living wage and earning income through your developed projects. I'll read that again. So no one starts the game with money, so all payments come out of our shared community fund until you start receiving a living wage and earn income through your managed projects. It's our shared responsibility to donate to the community fund whenever we can and keep it healthy. It's very important, according to the game, it's your shared responsibility to donate to the community fund whenever you can to keep it healthy. Chance cards. You might live in a socialist utopia, but that doesn't mean life is perfect. Draw chance cards and experience the flip side. We have issues with our neighbors, our do-it-yourself community projects go awry. We're constantly voting to shake things up, and there's always an emergency that requires dipping into the community fund. So again, to set the game up, you want to make sure that you place your project cards around the board. You also want to make sure that you have $1,848 in the community fund when you start the game. $1,848 can also be seen as 1848, the year the Communist Manifesto was published, in the community fund. So what you want to do is place 1848, the year the Communist Manifesto was published, in the community fund. Keep the rest of the money in the box as the bank. So you're going to start off the game with $1,848, also known as 1848. You're going to shuffle the chance cards, place them face down, Each player receives 10 contribution chips in their chosen color. So we just have 2 players here. So we have 2 contribution chips. We have 2 colors of contribution chips, 10 contribution chips each. This is what they look like. Some basics, purple, and here's a green one. Each player chooses a token and places it on go. Token, I believe, are the pieces, the characters. You're gonna place the dice on the game board, okay? So how do you win? The first person to place all 10 of their contribution chips on the projects in their community wins. Who goes first? The oldest player goes first, and play moves to the left. On your turn, if you're managing any projects, you may self-develop at the beginning of your turn by adding 1 contribution chip to any open space on that project card. There's an open space. And paying the bank the self-development project fee on that card. So there's different fees. So pay the bank to self-develop $175. Payouts from the bank for fully developed projects, if you land on them, $80. Payouts from the bank for fully developed color sets, $160. And I believe each color, each set, each card has its own details. So, number 2, you want to roll both dice. The number die will tell you your base roll. The action dice will tell you to either add moves to your roll or allow you to draw a chance card. So where did you land? When you land, carry out the rules of that board space. See the community manual for more of that. Your turn ends, pass the dice to the left. That's all you need to know. Look up the spaces as you land on them. So look up the spaces as you land on them and enjoy your stay in our socialist utopia. Remember, all payments come out of our shared community fund until you start receiving a living wage and earning income through your development projects. So that's the game. We have a quick, that also comes with like a quick instructions manual while you're playing on the go. I would encourage everyone, if you can, to purchase the game, share the game, buy it for someone. The holidays coming up. I know a lot of my friends and colleagues and network are probably turning at the stomach, either in advocacy or in challenge to a socialist game. But we have to have this conversation. Click the link, purchase the game. And this message was brought to you by Elite's Business Coach. Make sure you keep up with Elite's Business Coach for your personal and professional desires, every category you can think of, especially for small business, entrepreneurs, and executives, and anything in between. You're looking to find any business and professional items in one space. Elite's Business Coach is it. Starting with our item of the week, Monopoly Socialism. Winning is for capitalists. See you next time.